A warm welcome to all my dear students. In our previous class under the chapter Roman numerals, we have solved the exercise problem, that is in the first main. Now we shall see the second main in the exercise problem. So under exercise 1, the second main, that is B main, by the Hindu Arabic, by the Arabic numerals for first one x x x v I. So in this main they have given a Roman numeral. We have to convert this Roman numeral to Hindu Arabic number. So they have given the numbers in Roman numerals. We have to convert that into Hindu Arabic numeral. So the first question is XXXVI. So X stands for, yes, the symbol X is used to denote, yes, 10. X stands for 10. So the first symbol is X. So X means 10. Next we have V. So the V symbol stands for 5. So V means 5. So V stands for 5. Next we have I. So I means, yes, I stands for 1. So X stands for 10. Next we have V. So V stands for 5. Next we have I. So I stands for 1. Okay. Now we also know that 10 is greater than 5 and 5 is greater than 1. So here the given numbers are 10, 5, 1. So we know that 10 is greater than 5 and 5 is greater than 1. So 10 is, yes, greater than 5. Next we have 1 and 5 is greater than 1. We know this. Okay. And we also know the rule, that is when we write a smaller value after a greater number. So when we write a smaller symbol of a smaller value after a greater number, it means addition. So we know the rule, that is when we write a symbol of a smaller value after a greater value, it means addition. So here the first number is 10. Next we have 5. Next we have I. So here they have given 3x. So 3x means it is 30. So x is repeated 3 times. So x plus x plus x is 30. So here we have 3x. 3x means it is 30. And we also know that 10 is greater than 5 and 5 is greater than 1. We also know the rule, that is when we write a smaller symbol after a greater value, it means addition. So first we should consider this XXX. So XXX means when x is repeated 3 times, it is 30. So the value of x is 10. So x is repeated 3 times. So it is 30. The symbol x stands for 10. So x is repeated 3 times, which means 30. So first is 30. So in the place of XXX, I have written 30. And we also know the rule, that is if we write a smaller value after a greater value, it means addition. We have seen this, 10 is greater than 5. So I am adding 5. So here I will be adding 5. Because here the smaller value, that is 5, is written after 10. So here the smaller value 5 is written after 10. So we are adding this. So I wrote 30. So XXX stands for 30. Then we have written 5. So when the smaller value is written after the greater value, it is addition. So I have written 5 because V stands for 5. Next we have V and I. So V stands for 5 and I stands for 1. And here also we apply the same rule, that is when we write the smaller value symbol after in the place of 3x I have written 30 because x stands for 10. Here x is repeated 3 times, so I have written 30. Then we also know that here 10 is greater than 5 and 5 is greater than 1. And we also know the rule, that is, if we write a smaller value after the greater value symbol, it means addition. So I have written plus here. Then we have v. So v stands for 5. So I wrote 5. Next we have 5 and 1. We also know that 5 is greater than 1. So if we write a smaller value after a greater value, it means addition. So I wrote plus here. Then I stands for 1. So I wrote 1. So now what is the value of this vi? Yes, so we'll be adding this. So what is 30 plus 5? 35. Plus 1. So what is 35 plus 1? 36. So this triple x vi stands for 36. So first we wrote the symbol, so the value of symbol, so here it is x, so x stands for 10. Next we have v, so I have written the value of v, that is 5. Next we have I, so I have written the value of I, that is 1. And we also know that 10 is greater than 5 and 5 is greater than 1. We also know the rule, that is, if we write a smaller value symbol after the greater value, it is addition. So here we are writing a smaller value symbol after the greater value. Here 10 is greater than 5. So here we are writing 5 after the greater value, that is 10. So we have to add. Next, if you compare this v and I, this 5 is greater than 1. We know that 5 is greater than 1. So we also know the rule, that is, if we write a smaller value symbol after the greater value, it means addition. So I have written the values. So here it is x 3 times. So the value of x is 10. So here they have given 3x. So 3x means 10 into 3. So the value of 10 is, the value of x is 10. Then it is repeated 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. So I have multiplied by 3. So it is 30. So then in the place of 3x, that is x, I have written 30. Then plus v is 5. So 5. Then I means 1. So plus 1. So then we have added 30 plus 5. So 30 plus 5 is 35. Then plus 1. So 35 plus 1 is 36. So vi stands for 36. So the answer is 36. Next question. We have L, X, X, V. So the next Roman numeral given is L, X, X, V. So now we have to convert this into Hindu Arabic numeral. So they have given a Roman numeral. We have to convert that into Hindu Arabic numeral. So what is the symbol? Yes, L stands for, yes, in Hindu Arabic system, L stands for 50. So L stands for 50. So the first symbol is L. So L stands for 50. Next, we have X. So X stands for, yes. So X means it is 10. So X stands for 10. Then we have symbol V. So V stands for, yes, V stands for 5. So here the first symbol is L. So L means 50. Next we have X. So X is 10. Now V means 5. Now, so here they have given 2x. So here it is 2x. So x means, what is the value of x? Yes, 10. How many times x is repeated? 2 times. So 1, 2. So we have 2x. So it is into 2. So 10 2s are 20. So double x means it is 20. So the value of x is 10. X is repeated 2 times, so it is 10 into 2. So 10 2s is 20. Right? Okay. Now we also know that first is L. So 50 is greater than 20. Here x means it is 20. We know that 50 is greater than 20. So 50 is greater than 20. Next we have 5. This V stands for 5. And we also know that 20 is greater than 5. We also know that 20 is greater than 5. So 20 is greater than 5. So here if you consider only L, it is 50. So 50 is greater than 20. So XX stands for 20. So 50 is greater than 20. Next we have V. And V stands for 5. And we also know that 20 is greater than 5. So it is 20 is greater than 5. We also know the rule, that is when we write a smaller value symbol. So this L is 50. We know that 50 is greater than 20 and 20 is less than 50. We know that 20 is less than 50. We also know the rule, that is if we write a smaller value symbol after a greater value, it means yes, addition. So when we write a smaller value symbol after a greater value, it means addition. So the first symbol is 50. So I'll write the value. So 50. Now if you compare this 50 and 20, 20 is smaller. So if you write a smaller value after a greater value, it is addition. So I will take plus sign, then XX stands for 20. So it is 20. Now we shall consider this 20 and 5. So now we are considering 20 and 5. We know that 5 is less than 20. We know that 5 is less than 20. And we also know the rule, that is when we write a smaller value symbol after a greater value, when we write a smaller value symbol after the greater value, it means addition. So what I do, I'll write yes. I'll be adding 5 more. So first L stands for 50. So I'll do 50. Next we have written a smaller value. So it is addition. So I have written plus 20 there. Next we have the smaller value, that is 5. So 5 is less than 20. So we are adding. So I wrote 20 plus 5. So what is 50 plus 20? Yes, 70. Then we have 5. What is 70 plus 5? 75. So the answer is 75. So first you have to practice the symbols. So we have 7 symbols in the Roman numerals. So practice those symbols and also practice the rules. Then only you will be able to, then only you will be able to solve these problems. So first we have taken L. So L stands for 50. Next we have X. So X stands for 10. And if we consider XX, so it is 2 times. So the value of X is 10. So here it is repeated 2 times. So it is 10 into 2 is 20. Next we have V. So V stands for 5. And we also know that 50 is greater than 20 and 20 is greater than 5. So we also know the rule, that is if we write a smaller value for a greater value, it is addition. So we have added the values. So we got the sum, that is 75. So this LXXV stands for 75. So this LXXV in Hindu Arabic numeral is 75. Next we have MCXX. So the next question is MCXX. So first we'll write the value of each symbol. So first is M. So M stands for yes. So M means 1000. So M means 1000. So I'll write M stands for how much? Yes, 1000. Next we have C. So C in Hindu Arabic numeral it is yes. So C means 100. So C stands for 100. So next we have X. So X stands for 10. So X represents 10. So X stands for 10. So here we are having 2x. So the value is 20. So here we have x. So x means the value of x is 10. So x is repeated 2 times. So it is multiplied by 2. 10 twos is 20. So 10 twos is 20. So the first value, that is m. M stands for 1000. C stands for 100. Then we have 2x, and this 2x stands for 20. And here we also know that 1000 is greater than 100. We also know that this 1000 is greater than 100. Next, this 100 is also greater than, yes, so this 100 is greater than 20. So 1000 is greater than 100, 100 is greater than 20. So 1000 is greater than 100, 100 is greater than 20. And we also know the rule, if we write a smaller value symbol. So if we write a smaller value symbol after the greater value, it means addition. So here it is 100, here it is 1000. So we know that 100 is less than 1000. So if we write a smaller value after a greater value, it is addition. So the value of this m is 1000. So the value of m is 1000. So here we have written smaller value after the greater value. So this is 100. So 100 is less than 1000. So we have written after the greater value. So it is addition. So we are adding this. So what is C? Yes, C stands for 100. So it is 100. Next we have 20. So this is 100. So this is 20. We also know that 20 is less than 100. We know that 20 is less than 100. So if we write a smaller value symbol after the greater value, it means addition. So I'll write plus. So x stands for 20. So we got 1000. So in the place of C, I have written 100. So in the place of double x, I have written 20. Now we have to add this. So what is 1000 plus 100? Yes, 1100. Next we have plus 20. So 1000 plus 100 is 1100. Next we have plus 20 left over. So I put plus 20 here. Now what is 1100 plus 20? Yes, 1120. So 1100 plus 20 gives us 1120. So this MCXX stands for 1120. So 1120 is nothing but in Roman numerals, it is MCXX. So now we will see the next problem, that is XLV. So the next question is XLV. Sorry, this XLV. So now we have to express this Roman numeral into Hindu Arabic numeral. So first we will write the symbol values. So first symbol is X. So X means it is, yes, so X means 10. So X stands for 10. So X stands for 10. So next we have L. So L stands for, yes, so L means it is 50. So L stands for 50. Next we have the symbol V. So V stands for, yes, so V stands for 5. So V stands for 5. So first we are having 10. So X stands for 10. Next we are having L. So L stands for 50. Then we have V. So V stands for 5. So now if I consider this XL. So now if I consider this x and L, so the value of x is 10. The value of L is 50. So which is greater, 10 or 50? Yes, 50 is greater. So here we have considered XL. So here, yes, 10 is less than 50. Here 10 is less than 50. Here it is X, here it is L. So here the value of X is 10 and the value of L is 50. We know that, yes, 10 is less than 50. So here 10 is less than 50. So if you consider XL, so X is 10, L is 50. So we have a rule, that is, if we write a symbol of a smaller value before the greater value, we have a symbol, we have a rule, that is, if we write a symbol of a smaller value before the symbol of a greater value. Here 50 is greater than 10. So if we write a smaller value, so smaller value is 10. If we write a smaller value before the greater value symbol, it is, yes, subtraction. So here we have written a smaller value symbol before the greater value. So if we write like that, it is subtraction. So we have to subtract this. So what is the value of L? 50. So it is 50 minus x. So x means it is 10. So here we have XL. So the smaller value is written before the greater value. So here the smaller value is written before the greater value. It means it is subtraction. So the value of L is 50 and x is 10. So we are subtracting 50 minus 10. So what is 50 minus 10? Yes, 40. So XL means it is 40. So here the XL value is 40. Fine. Next we have 5. So next we are having 5. And we also know that 40 is greater than 5. So here XL means 40. So we got 40 here. Next we have V. So V means it is 5. And we also know that 40 is greater than 5. So 40 is greater than 5. Or else you can say 5 is, yes, less than 40. We know that 5 is less than 40. So if we write, yes. So if we write a smaller value symbol after the greater value, here 40 is greater, 5 is lesser. So if we write the smaller value symbol after the greater value, it is addition. So here we are writing the symbol of a smaller value after the greater value, so it is addition. So what I should do? I'll write 40. The value of XL is 40. We have written the smaller symbol after the greater value, so we are going to add. So it is 40 plus V. So V stands for 5. So what is 40 plus 5? 45. So it is 45. So first the question is XL. Next we have XLV. So the value of X is 10, the value of L is 50, then the value of V is 5. Then we also know that 10 is less than L. So X is less than L. So it is 10 is less than 50. So if we write a smaller value symbol before a greater value, it is subtraction. So here if you consider this 50 and 10, here we have written a smaller value before the greater value. So it is subtraction. So we have subtracted 50 minus 10. So XL. So X is smaller. So if we write a smaller value symbol before the greater value, it is subtraction. So we have subtracted 50 minus 10. So 50 minus 10 gives us 40. Okay. So XL is 40. Next we have V. And we also know that, yes, 40 is greater than 5. So here we know that 40 is greater than 5. So we have one more rule, that is, if we write a smaller value symbol after the greater value, it is addition. So when we write a smaller value symbol after the greater value, it is addition. So we have added 40 plus 5. So 40 plus 5 gives us 45. Okay. into Arabic numeral. So first step, we will write the values of this symbol. So first we have M. So M stands for yes. So M means it is 1000. So M in Hindu Arabic system it is 1000. So M stands for 1000. Next we have the symbol D. So D stands for yes. So D means it is 500. So D means it is 500. So M stands for 1000 and D stands for 500. Now here we have MM. So here we are having MM. So if we have MM, so what is the value of M? Yes, the value of M is 1000. How many times M is repeated? So here it is repeated twice. So it is 1, 2. So M is repeated 2 times. So it is, the value of M is 1000. So M is repeated 2 times. So it is multiplied by 2. So here the first thing is MM. So here we have MM. So M stands for 1000. We know that M stands for 1000. And here if we consider MM, so M is repeated 2 times. So first we wrote the value of M. The value of M is 1000. Here M is repeated 2 times. So we are multiplying this 1000 into 2 because M is repeated 2 times. So what is 1000 into 2? Yes, it is 2000. So M means it is 2000 because M is repeated 2 times. We are multiplying 1000 into 2. So 1000 into 2 gives us 2000. So done. Next we have D. So here if we consider M in M it is 2000, then we have D. So we know that D means 500. So M means 2000. We know that 500 is yes. So we know that this D, that is 500, is less than this double M. So this D is less than this double M. So 500 is less than 2000. So 500 is less than 2000. So 500 is less than 2000. So we know the rule, that is if we write a smaller value symbol after the greater value. So here D is smaller than double M. So D stands for 500, double M stands for 1000. So we know that 500 is less than 2000. So if we write a smaller value symbol after the greater value, it is addition. So we will be adding these two. Here the smaller value is written after the greater number. So we are going to add. So what is MM? So MM stands for 2000. So write 2000. Here the smaller value is written after the greater value. So we will be adding. So it will be plus. Then we have D. We know that D stands for 500. So D is 500. So the smaller value is written after the greater value. So we are adding. So MM means it is 2000. Plus we have D. So D stands for 500. So what is 2000 plus 500? Yes. So 2000 plus 500 is 2500. So first we wrote the symbol of each symbol. We wrote the value of each symbol. So M stands for 1000, D stands for 500, and here we have 2M. So M is repeated 2 times. So the value of M is 1000, and M is repeated 2 times. So we are multiplying 1000 into number of times it is repeated. So here it is repeated 2 times. So 1000 into 2 is 2000. Next, and if you consider this MM and D, D is less than 2000. This 500, D means 500. So 500 is less than 2000. So 500 is less than 2000. So if we write a smaller value symbol after the greater value, it is addition. So we have added MM plus D. So MM means it's 2000. So we got the value here. So plus D. So D means 500. So 2000 plus 500. This gives us 2500. This is how you convert a Roman numeral into Arabic numeral. So to do this sums, you have to be perfect in the symbols. So we are having 7 symbols. So practice those symbols and memorize those symbols. And we have few rules to frame this Roman numerals. You have to be perfect in those. Then only you will be able to solve this problems.